meals for them. And before we open it up for question, Congressman Carter is here, and I know that he's been down to St. Mary's and working his way back, and we wanted to give him an opportunity to give us an update. Congressman?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all of you. As you know, the 1st Congressional District of Georgia includes the entire coast of Georgia. We've got 6 coastal counties. My staff and I have been up and down the coast the last few days. I want to report to you that things are good in Camden County. I think they're recovering well. We still have some concerns in Glenn County. St. Simons, Glenn County officials are going to be meeting in just a few minutes at 5 o'clock to decide what they're going to do. They have not allowed residents back on the island yet. We had the opportunity, staff and I, to tour the island yesterday. I can tell you there's a lot of trees down, a lot of damage there. Very much like Savannah, St. Simons has a heavy canopy of trees, and as you can imagine, it's a mess down there right now. They also have concerns about the water and sewer service down there. So hopefully we'll be able to get the residents back on St. Simons. We also came through McIntosh and Liberty counties yesterday. We just got back from Bryan County a little while ago. All of those counties seem to be faring well. Dennis mentioned that FEMA officials are here now in Chatham County. I have to say that I've been very pleased with the response and the attentiveness of FEMA, and I hope that will continue, and I trust that it will. Folks, this has been tough, and I want to thank everyone who's been involved in it, and particularly these people behind me, and particularly the media, as well as the citizens. I still think that we did well with the citizens. How many evacuated? Having a 75% rate was good. We need to do better next time, but people had heeded the advice of the experts, and I think that really saved a lot of injuries and saved a lot of problems for us here. One other thing I want to mention, obviously, appropriately, we are concentrating on getting the citizens back in their homes, but I also had the opportunity this morning to speak to the port commander of Brunswick and Savannah, and we are working to get those harbors back open. There is a process that they have to follow. They have to do an assessment. They've done that 24-hour assessment. Now we have to have the Corps of Engineers in to see if there's been any movement of the silt, of the sand, to make sure that the waterways are still navigable. As soon as we can get that done and determine that we're okay there, then hopefully we can get the harbors open again. There are some navigational aids, particularly in the Savannah Harbor, that have got to be replaced and situated again. Hopefully that will not take long. We are sure that if everything goes as planned, that the harbors will be open again very soon, so that'll be important as well. Again, I want to thank everyone who has been involved in this process, and folks, please be careful. Oftentimes after a storm like this, there are more injuries after the fact than there are during the fact, and we want you to be careful out there and make sure you just be smart and don't do anything that may endanger you or any of your family members. So again, kudos to everyone who's been involved, and thank all of you.
Congressman, is there a target date on the Brunswick Harbor?
The Brunswick Harbor did not sustain as much damage to the navigational aids as the Savannah Harbor did. When we had our conference call this morning, we were told that hopefully the Brunswick Harbor, best case scenario, it may be 72 hours. That's the best case scenario.
72 more from now?
From this morning. For Brunswick, if they don't find anything wrong. So again, they've got to make sure there hasn't been any movement in the silt and in the sand throughout the harbor.
Brunswick is 72 from now with very little damage to navigational. Right. What do we?
Well, the same thing.
On the city? On Savannah.
Again, the Corps' got to get in. They've got to do their job of looking and making sure and doing their determination of whether any of the sand or any of the silt has moved significantly. The good news with that is that we had the dredging equipment here already. So if that is a problem, then hopefully the dredging equipment can get to it pretty quickly. So we're hoping to have the ports open
And again. There we are hearing U.S. Congressman from Georgia's 1st District, Buddy Carter, talking about the Georgia ports. About 72 hours possibly to reopen here in the Savannah Harbor. We also heard from other Chatham emergency personnel telling us about the storm damage recovery that we are getting.